If Nigeria good, what are the fight for Germany? You know the tire on now. You know the tire on now. You know the tire on now. You know the tire on now.
I've watched that video over 100 times since yesterday, and every single time I do, a tear drops. It's unfortunate, quite unfortunate, hysterically unfortunate that people who even live outside the shores of this country, who live better lives, who have better opportunities, better resources, better access to quality lives, they were the one that clamored for us to electing someone with a credible track record, with the character, courage, and competence to fixing this country. But some of us decided, and I mean some of us, not just people, the electorate, but even leadership, old people, professors, dons of university, people that had consistently for years taught about transformational lives and transformational leadership. They were used as tools to keeping us in bondage. That was the country. Painful. It's painful. For some of you that do not even know where your next meal is coming from, you're not even so sure of you're leaving the house or your street junction houses, so you plead the blood of Jesus continually on yourselves because you don't know what's going to happen. Insecurity. The lowest of the economic situation of this country. We are borrowing to service loans in this country. We are borrowing to service loans. Some persons are still clamoring for their tribal party people to be in charge. That was the country. And then when we begin to look at things, I'm not expecting it to have been an easy ride, right? But I was disappointed that these people would play this kind of politics. I thought you say we don't have structure. I thought you said we have 4 people tweeting in a room. I thought people said that we are nobodies, that we are social media errands. But look at what happened on the street. In my unit, for example, my personal polling unit, we have more than 400 persons that were disenfranchised from voting because INEC sent their ad hoc staff that were deliberately trained to ensure that people do not vote enough in my unit. Because I don't know why we have over 700 persons on queue and less than 300 voted for an election that started at about 9 till 8. We were voting till 8 p.m. We only now felt it was insensitive because of the insecurity situation. Let us go and start counting. We have to stop voting. People were still ready to vote. We counted till by 11. And then some of you say you must vote to a tribal person. This is a state where the person that was contesting did not have any affiliation with us, but we trusted him enough. Yet he went to manipulate the votes. Should have allowed us go for a free and fair contest. And let's see what would have happened. We are not giving up. Don't think so. And one of the things that is making me happy is that one of the strongholds of these criminal elements who have gotten themselves, rigged themselves to power, is Lagos State. And permit me, I'm joining my voice with the voices of millions of you who are in Lagos to say enough of this tyranny, enough of this control, enough of the pipe that links Alausa to Bodilon. Enough, we are going to cut that pipe. Because what they use in ringing this election were monies that have been taken over the years from Lagos State Treasury. What belongs to taxpayers of Lagos, what would have been used for development of Lagos. Claim me that you raise 51 billion every month. Can we do a forensic audit of the accounts of Lagos? Can we be sure that what Lagos is what Lagos has? So that's why we must vote in a new candidate who is in charge. Now let me tell you how these things work. In Edo State, for example, there was a time that late Chief Tony Aneni was in charge of everything in this state. He would decide who is councillor, who is chairman, who is House of Assembly member, who is governor. He decided until the people said it was enough. They voted Adams Oshiomhole to become a governor. And Adams wrestled with him and then got him of the state. When Adams was done with a successful 8-year term and then brought in Godwin Obaseki to become a governor, Adams wanted to see have control of this state. The people said it was enough. We used Governor Godwin Obaseki to removing his hands from this state. And I talk to you now, Adams is like me in this state, nobody, a bloody nobody. Now he has gone to the Senate, so he go and be talking there. Now, As I told you now, Governor Obaseki is still governor of Edo State, but he doesn't have the grip over the state. Of course, you can see the elections. Look at the National Assembly elections. Look at the state. He did not have. I'm sure he lost his polling unit. I'm sure even his family would have voted Peter Obi because he knows that's it. And that is why. And then when he now is in office, we have removed him. That's what those of you in Lagos must do. It is time to end the criminal powers of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Lagos State, because that is what they are using to fuel these manipulative elections. This thing that they used to buy candidates and buy governors and buy NX. It is Lagos State they are getting that money from. And then if we truly want to have an independent Nigeria, want to have a Nigeria that will not be controlled from any folk or any city room, then we must cut off Lagos from Abuja. We must cut off Lagos from Abuja. And I'm encouraging all of you. There is a young man that Peter Obi has sent to Lagos to help him cut down that criminal structure, criminal power, criminal access to stolen funds, to use it to rigging, manipulating, and buying elections. And this young man is who we are going to. And it's not just because he's young, he's from Labour Party, but because he has also got the character, the competence, the courage, and of course the education enough, the capacity to dealing with these criminal elements and getting Lagos out. The first assignment is to cut off whatever they are using to suck the revenue of Lagos, are using it for their personal and selfish interests. We'll cut that off. They will now begin to align with what Lagos is supposed to be actually. Some of you know, those of you who live in Lagos know, of course, that no matter what they are saying, Lagos is bigger than this. If every dime made from Lagos is used for Lagosians, Lagos will not be the way it is now. Let's vote for this young man. I'm going to play a video of him for you so you hear him yourself. And know that we are not just rabble rousers. We are not people that encourage people to say just go there. It is not a PC that just a win and no plans. We are going to change this criminal element. We are going to usurp whatever arrangement, this orchestrated plan against this country. That Lagos is the headquarters. We are going to spoil it. Listen to this man and let's start campaigning for him. Share this video so that everybody who is in Lagos and those people that have family members in Lagos will see that Peter Obi and the rest of us have endorsed this young man to go into Lagos and block that pipe of money transferring from Alausa to Bodilon. Watch him and share this video.
Good afternoon. I'm doing this to first and foremost, thank you all for coming out massively and showing that Lagos State is the birthplace and home of independence. And more than that, standing strong despite all the harassment, despite all the inconvenience, despite all the obstacles that were put in our way. People were out till 11 o'clock standing to make sure that their votes counted, despite the vocal promises of the INEC chairman. So I want to say again, we thank you, Lagosians. The Labour Party thanks you. We thank all the well-meaning Lagosians that came out to vote for His Excellency Peter Obi on Saturday. It's important to note that this was not a tribal victory. We won in places where the opposition party has never won in 2 decades. We won in Alimosho, we won in Ikeja, we won in Lagos mainland, despite all the cheating and manipulation of votes that we saw, from 50,000 votes that's missing our vote counts in Alimosho to another 20,000 missing our vote counts in Ikeja. From our situation room, we see that we won over 900,000 votes, as opposed to the APC's 155,000 votes. And this was done because you all came out in mass and showed your strength. And this was done also without any monetary inducement. So we cannot continue, we cannot stop thanking the good people of Lagos. We made history in that election and we took Lagos State and restored it back to the people. It's important to note that we unequivocally reject the results, we reject the process by which these results were announced. The fact that there was no transmission of votes electronically completely brings into question the credibility of the entire election process. So we completely reject the results that came out of this, because we know that Labour Party scored so much more votes than has been allotted to us. There are many issues that have been addressed recently since the victory of the great people of Lagos in the elections. We've seen rumors and allegations that the civil servants are going to lose their jobs massively with the new government. And I'm here to tell you that the Labour Party believes in dignity of labor. We will focus on giving you a living wage as opposed to a minimum wage. We'll focus on creating more opportunities for you to have access to credit, access to student loans to make your lives easier. We'll focus on giving you the skills to be able to create a world-class civil service. Because Alhaji Lateef Jackman, they achieved in 4.5 years what this present government has not done in 20 years. And he did it with the civil service. So we believe in the civil service. There will be no such thing as redundancies. We will partner together and work to make sure that your lives are much better than the quality of life that you currently have now. The only people that have anything to fear are people that have been taking money from the Commonwealth of Lagos. Alpha Beta that has accrued so much money, over ₦1 trillion in present value. Those monies they are going to take and put into employment schemes for the people of Lagos. Because we've seen that the APC government has been prolific in increasing the amount of unemployed youth that we have on our streets. Have been prolific in increasing the amount of touts and admirals that roam our roads. But these are our sons, and we're going to make sure that they get employability skills to make them productive members of society and give them an alternative means of earning a living. So civil servants, you have nothing to fear with this new government. In fact, you will have more job security because the wealth of Lagos will be used for the people of Lagos, and you are the people of Lagos. I tell the youth, I know that some of you are discouraged. This was your election, and you showed your strength. Do not be discouraged. His Excellency Peter Obi is going to retrieve his mandate. We have all our original polling unit results, and we are going to court. And this is not a controversial victory. It's one that is clean and clear. The people of Nigeria came out to vote massively. So keep your head up. We have another battle to face, and we need you to be in your highest spirits because we must complete this project of taking Lagos and taking Nigeria back and recovering it for the people of Nigeria. Our plan this day, and you see it in the media moving forward, is an empowerment scheme that is focused on lifting 1 million people in Lagos out of poverty. Our big aim with our government is to ensure that we tackle urban poverty. And by doing this, we are going to take the wealth that has accumulated to one man, his family, and his cronies, and put it into the hands of the everyday Lagosian. These funds that are put to almost 400+ billion in 4 years is going to be put into soft loans and low interest loans that will be applied to profitable and productive enterprises that work directly with the government. We are going to lift 1 million people out of poverty, and the people of Lagos will be glad that they trusted us with the Commonwealth of Lagos. Having said all this, it's important to note that we have been fooled once, because the INEC chairman promised us that we're going to have electronic transmission of votes. The security agencies promised us that we're going to have a very calm, peaceful election. We saw that's not the case, and that's not going to happen again. I assure you, Lagosians, come out in confidence because we have made plans for your safety, robust plans for your safety, and you will start to see those plans manifest in the next coming days. So don't be deterred. We must complete this mission that we have started. Plans are on ground for your safety and you'll be protected. I assure you of this. We have made independent arrangements and you can be assured that you're going to be safe. Recently also, different characterizations have come out in relating to me, my lineage, which is very ironic in a state where the leader of it has so much controversy surrounding his origin. I have no such thing. I'm from the revival family of Lagos Island. My family is married and entrenched with the Adini Jones, the Brancos, and all prominent families in Lagos State. City Hall is built on my family land. These are not about young boys wasting their lives on the roads as area boys and touts. We know that they use them and weaponize them so that for these moments they can use them to suppress votes. But you know with my government that is going to change. We are going to make them productive members of society. We are going to give them a good quality life. We are going to ensure that the people of Lagos benefit from it. You can learn more about my manifesto on our website www.grvlagos.com, where I talk about how we're going to address our transport issues, our healthcare issues, our development and accommodation issues that devil this state, and creating Lagos that works for all of you. My people, we saw what happened on Saturday. A government that attacks its own. We are still healing from the NSAS attack on people that they did not discriminate whether they were Igbo, Yoruba, or Hausa when the army fired at them. They did not discriminate. And on Saturday, they did the same thing again. All over Lagos, from Ojo to Lagos Island, in front of Olu's Palace, in front of Elekushi's Palace. Everybody, as long as you're proud to be associated with Labour Party, they came at us. Is that the government that has any love or empathy for its people? It's time to put a government that cares about the people and puts the interests of the people first. And will do the work so that people can vote them in and not suppress their way or intimidate their way into office. That's enough. See, if you do the work, the people will vote you in. The people will like good governance. The people want good governance. So if you are not going to give good governance, then stay out of politics. Get out of the seats. If you have to intimidate and harass people to be able to win an election, get out of the seat. It's time to serve the people. Come in and serve and the people will return you. If you don't serve, then get out of the seat. And that is what the people of Lagos are saying. And they are going to say it again next Saturday.